Test check. Test check 1. Test check 2. Welcome to another episode of Big Daddy's Den. And remember, no matter where I stay nor go, you the people will remain the stars of the show. Yeah. Let's jump right into it. Welcome everyone. Some of you may have noticed that the Big Daddy Take usually only air about once a week. But we're coming back at you by popular demand with an earlier show. We're kind of leaving the recovery part just for a moment because the pandemic numbers are getting outrageous. And also I was getting some positive feedback. That's why I say back by popular demand, because I've been getting some popular feedback from the young generation, which I was very impressed with that. Had a couple of comments about some of them wearing more masks because they're a little bit more educated on it. So today we're going to be talking stuff that's got something to do with this situation that we're living in, because I know a lot of you all out there going about your regular life and not really into a lot of what's going on. You know about it, you hear about it, but you don't know much about it, if that make any sense to you. So I'm here to try to bring you some more knowledge into these uncharted territory times that we are experiencing right now. I know some of you all may seem like the end of the world to you because, things just ain't normal. A lot of you want to be at the bars, the beaches, vacation casinos, churches, just a lot of places, and some of you want to get back to work, to your regular jobs. And I know that's risky business. But I'm also here to tell you that we creatures of habit, thank God. We creatures of habit. And as I always tell you on this show, we just got to make sure that we get good habits. But there's a lot more to that about being created as creatures of habit, is because we can endure anything. Of course, it's going to be hard at the first. That's why a lot of people they live these lives out here in the streets. 10, 15, 20 years. And for whatever reason, may get locked up and have to pull time. And we that ain't never been there probably think they might be miserable or whatever. And we know that some of them get out and can't even adapt to the life that they once had out here. And with that being said, what I'm saying is we creatures of habit. So it ain't like, that because we can't get to these casinos, we can't get to the church, we can't get to selling the regular amount of sales we used to have. I mean, all this is hard time, but what I'm trying to tell you is, because of us being creatures of habit, if you try to get positive things out of negative things, we already know we're living in a negative world that you just got to try to get positive things out of. So what I'm trying to do is find you some comfort, because this ain't nothing we could just, our wants ain't going to just make this coronavirus go away. The coronavirus don't care nothing about our wants. It don't care nothing about the color of our skin. Risky business, y'all hear what I'm saying? They don't care nothing about our wants, and they don't care nothing about the color of our skin. So what I'm coming at you with this tape today is to hopefully give you a little hope. That better days will be ahead, and give you a little hope that you can endure more than what you think you can endure. Because I'm here to tell you that we ain't going to pop our finger and make everything right tomorrow. And I hate to see everybody gathered up at all these beaches and bars, screaming and passing this coronavirus around like it ain't even deadly. I just hate to see that. But I understand now why a lot of y'all doing it, because you don't realize, you don't know how strong you is. You ain't tapped into it yet. You know, I've heard stuff like, why stop from enjoying life? Well, I could tell you why stop from enjoying life. It's a deadly virus out there in the air. Y'all hear me? So for those of you all want to say why stop enjoying life, stop because it's a deadly virus out there in the air. But first you got to come to believe that better days are ahead. And it don't make it seem as bad. You know, like I said, it's just you got to get positive out of negative. Yeah, it's negative being best, safest way is at home, and you got to put a mask on when you go out in public. Risky business. I know that. I hate it. But I ain't got to let it show. But I also know that I've learned to try to get positive things out of negative situations, because we have these things in our body that call nerves, and they can get damaged. Depending upon how you handle things, depending upon how you live, those nerves can get damaged. Now, Big Daddy act like it ain't. Big Daddy act like it ain't. Big Daddy, this is the worst thing. Big Daddy want to be on vacation now. No, I didn't go nowhere for the 4th. Risky business. But I got hope that I'm going next year. That's what's making me make it through not going now. I'm not going to act like it ain't better days ahead. The more I feed this virus, the longer the virus going to live. Well, how we feed it, Big Daddy? I'll tell you how you feed it. Gather at bars and start screaming loud over the music where you're trying to hear each other. Because when you scream, your mist is going further and further. You don't know which one of y'all contagious. But that's why bars and big live events where 60,000 people, that's why those are usually the last thing to open back up. Big crowds of, I'm a Cowboy man, but I ain't going in Texas Stadium right now screaming and hollering. Much as I love the boys. Risky business. And when you get to a bar, you know how you is after you get a couple of them down, a couple of shots back. You're going to talk loud, and then the music, the DJ pumping the music, you're going to try to talk over the music. Your miss going 12 feet now instead of 6 feet. Risky business. So that's why we need to rethink this thing. Now let me tell you something else you may not be aware of that you're going to get from Big Daddy take on your president. Whether you like it or not. It starts from the top. And you can gather all the countries. Gather the data. But I'm telling you, this country consists of over 360 million people. If the president of the United States of America, the free world, says he's not going to wear no mask, you do the arithmetic. Out of those 360 million, you could have half, 47%, 43%, that ain't going to wear no mask just because of what he did. But all the countries, and if you find one today, you let me know. All the other countries, the president is starting with the mask. So what happened is 90-some% of their country wearing the mask. So a lot of them done open back up and everything. we got a major problem whenever we have where the buck starts and supposed to stop, saying he ain't gonna wear no mask. You're gonna have 40% followers. Feel me? Which in this country, I don't know if the arithmetic exactly, but I know I'm close. Could mean about 150 million people, or at least 100 million that ain't gonna be wearing no mask, all because they leader not wearing one. So that's number one, where our problem is at. I always tell you, when you got a national problem, you got to fight it nationally. We're the only country in the world that's trying to fight a section at a time, and the coronavirus love it. Because it don't mind growing in this state this month and blowing up in the next state the next month. We got to shut down together, people. As much as I hate it, we got to shut down together. Every state that's affiliated with the United States of these Americas got to shut down together and open back up with everybody wearing a mask. Risky business. Only way we're going to get back to normal, if some kind of way we can all get together and fight this virus. It ain't but so many ways you can fight it. Like risky business, I can tell you, I can call them out to you right now. Wearing a mask. Social distancing. Staying at home. Large vendors not opening them up yet. We try to open them up, but you're sitting up there not social distancing, not wearing masks, risky business, that ain't working. You're making it hard on yourselves. But what I'm trying to do is get you to look at it another way, so we can start getting this thing behind us. Because we can go on there and do all the talk in the world. The virus ain't going nowhere but from action. Y'all hear me? We're going to have to get some action for that virus. That's right, I said it. Action. So let me help you a little bit with your mask. Because, you know, I heard people saying that certain things they need to breathe that they ain't going to get if they got a mask. First thing, I'm going to tell you, you ain't going to get a lot of that dust that you don't need inside of you no way. Risky business. Do you ever think about that too? But remember, they not passing no law for you to wear no N95. These little cheap masks that they saying wearing, these face covering, you breathing the same thing in that you would have been breathing in. So don't think you missing out on that. The mask is to stop from what you breathing out from traveling so far. Risky business. I like calling it a mist. So no, they're not telling everybody to wear no N95 masks. A lot of y'all having trouble breathing in your mask because you don't know how to set your nose piece up. If you notice, a lot of the masks come with the hard piece over the nose. There's a reason for that. When you wear a mask, 95% of the time you want to breathe out your nose. Some of you may have a little sinus trouble. That's why I didn't say 100% of the time. But if you could do it 100% of the time, most of the time I try to keep my sinus open. I try to breathe out my nose most of the time when I'm in a mask, because you'll see that it's more comfortable to breathe. People be breathing out the mask, then the mask going in and out. That ain't what you want. Breathe out your nose and relax, and don't talk as much while you got a mask on. Because it's going to come a time with this pandemic, I believe that it's going to come a time where you ain't going to want to pay that fine when you come out, because we're going to have to all wear masks before we end up getting rid of this thing. Ask China. Ask the ones who've been dealing with coronavirus and different viruses since the beginning of the time. You're going to have to wear your mask. And the vaccine may not be as fast as they telling you. They might, with Trump in there, they might be telling you a little quicker than what it originally going to be. But because for some reason, they don't want you to know all the news. But I'm telling you, when we got something that's killing our people, please put politics aside. It ain't got to be about no Republican. It ain't got to be about no Democrat. It ain't got to be about no black. It ain't got to be about no white, red, brown, or green. Because the virus don't care who he is. If you got a lung and you walk on 2 feet, it want to live inside you. Risky business. So we got to get together. If it's attacking all of us got to fight back against it. And I go over a little bit more things that could help somebody out about vegetables. Now we know this virus can live on surfaces. Some of them saying an average of 3 days, but I'm gonna tell you like this: if they say 3, you better act like 5. So I want to bring to your attention a little knowledge I learned about vegetables. No, I'm not telling you to take no peach and take no soap and watch no peach. But you got a lot of fruits like oranges, apples, watermelon, even bananas. A lot of your fruits that's got pretty good skin on them. What you want to do now, usually you just pop them out, rinse it out with a little water and peel it, whatever. But what you want to do now is you want to take a little light soap. No, you're not trying to lather the whole thing up. Just a little bitty light drop of dish detergent or something, or even the bacteria soap that you use to wash your hand. Just one little drop and wet your other hand and wipe your little hand all over your orange or whatever, and then rinse it off. Just put a little soap on it. You ain't gonna taste it. But at least you're washing that virus off that could be on there. So go a little extra mile than what we normally have to do, because like I said, we ain't in normal times no more. So start rinsing and cleaning your vegetables off a little bit more. I had a watermelon the other day and I took just a little drop, and I'm telling you, I'm talking about smaller than the size of a dime. Way smaller than the size of a dime. And I wet my other watermelon and I took my hand and rubbed it all over, and I seen some little suds come up and I rinsed it off. Risky business. It didn't kill me to do that. But definitely start concentrating more about washing and rinsing your fruits. So, and a lot thing I'm seeing now too is people, when you wear your mask, please don't just let it be hanging around your neck. Do you know that's just like not wearing a mask? You still gonna get a ticket. You still gonna get fined because you ain't got it on your face. Face covering when you leave your premises, not neck covering. Nose and mouth. I don't know why some of y'all have it on your mouth, don't have it on your nose, have it on your nose, don't have it on your mouth. It's made and designed to cover your nose and your mouth. I see way too many of y'all, even at work on your job policy is to wear a mask. Why you got to sit there and get suspended or something? Why you got to sit there, your policy? Do you know your customer walking off calling the 1-800 number, giving them your name, telling you what you're doing? If it's your company policy, go ahead and put it on. It's for your own good. I see the Atlanta Braves. I see where about 6 of 8 players contracted COVID-19. I don't know what route they was going, but they're gonna try to play with no fans or how they was gonna get that off the ground. But I see that can't even get off the ground. I'm just letting you know this to show you that this virus is risky business. I mean, they ain't even got to where they trying to figure out how the game's gonna be played or whatever. They can't even just get going. That's how strong the virus is. Now we know if 6 something got it, we know some more numbers gonna come up. This virus don't usually just stop like that. If it's 6, it's gonna be more. Like I told you on Big Daddy, when it was Big Daddy Take, the first show, I said I believe this one of the worst things that could happen to this country because we got too many different nationalities here. Too many people that don't want to be told how to do something. And they're showing every day because I'm telling you, I think the numbers now are worse than they was when we were doing all these 2-week shutdowns. Everybody remember California, Washington, Seattle, Washington, and New York, and New Jersey. But I'm telling you now, risky business, you're going to be naming a lot of other states. You're going to be naming Florida. You're going to be naming Texas. You're going to be naming Oklahoma, Memphis. You get ready to be honest with you, just go to some of the Republicans. Just name the Republican states. I'm just telling you, because they was want to follow Donald Trump. I'm just telling you like this. I ain't saying if I'm a Democrat or Republican. You figure it out. I'm just telling you knowledge. I'm telling you what it is and what I see and what's real. The Republican states now are getting ready to have it. Florida, all of them. I don't want a free ticket to neither one of them. Because you will shut down. You will fight this virus. You will wear a face mask. Unless you want to have problems for a long time. And it's more expensive to do it state by state than it would have been if we would have shut the whole country down at one time and open back up with everybody wearing masks as a federal law. $500 fine if you didn't have it on. The virus numbers will be way down, probably ready to open up school. Y'all know school ain't getting ready to open. How's it gonna open? And we ain't doing what we're supposed to do. People love their children. They're not gonna send their children to a fine range. That's what you're doing when you ain't social distancing and you ain't wearing masks. You're sending your children out to a fine range because they find it more and more. See, risky business, I'm telling you. This coronavirus is dangerous to a lot more different age limits and different things than what you're being told. We don't even know the long-term effect. All these people that recover, we don't know what they're going to be like next year. We pray that they'll be right. But when you got a virus like this, we don't know. Risky business. All the millions and millions of people recover. We don't have no idea next year or whatever how they going to be long-term. That's why we got to get these numbers down. We can't just keep on letting everybody just get infected because we want to have this gathering, but it's the end of the world because we at mama house, because we at daddy house, we at brother house, we at sister house. We all ain't going to have no masks on. We can't sit and talk without masks on. Well, the coronavirus loves to hear you say that. You feel me? The coronavirus loves to hear you say that. If I can sit and talk with my mask on, you could do it. If not, spread your chills out. If you want to sit there with your mask on, if y'all ain't living in the same house, each house you want to have a gathering, whoever live in the same house be at this table. Whoever live in that other same house be at that table. That's how you do it. Everybody in their house already got whatever they got. They're not saying don't have nothing. It's just we got to do it the smart way. But because of our leader, we got too many people. If you've seen some of the beaches, you've seen it. If not, cut your TV on. No social distancing, no face masks. Check the numbers out in about 2 more weeks. That's right, you heard it on Big Daddy's Den. Check the numbers out in about 2 more weeks. See what happened from the last holiday. This one's going to be worse. We're going to have to get a leader of this country that's going to put a mask on. We can't wait to no vaccine. We're going to have a leader to put a mask on. And when the leader put a mask on, it's going to be a lot of followers. President of the United States always have had a powerful word. So we're going to be in this for the long haul because of the way it's starting at the top. I don't see how he's going to make it to November myself. I don't see how he's going to do it. I ain't heard no plans, nothing that he got planned. He ain't got nothing planned. I ain't heard nothing. I don't know what to call that rally that he have. I don't know what to call it. All I know is it's something just divide the country. First president I ever seen that didn't want to be the president of everybody after he won. I can't even tell he won because he keep acting like he lost. Risky being that you supposed to be the president of these United States. After you won, you supposed to be president for everybody. You're supposed to know to put your mask on. You're supposed to know if you don't put a mask, you're going to have over 100 million people that ain't going to put a mask on. So how many family members going to die from that? Because we know masks say lies. We know that. That's right, you heard it. Masks say lies when it comes to the coronavirus. But like I say, I was proud to have some people ask me, when you coming back with another show, and some of the knowledge that they had got they didn't know, and had a few people tell me that they're gonna wear a mask. I had a few other people tell me that different type of problem they was having with masks and all that, and I told them personally too to make sure that your problem will outweigh that $250 fine that they're gonna start giving out. I think that sacral, quote unquote, be about $500. Because it is the law right now in the state of North Carolina and a whole lot of other states. I hate we got to do it by states, but I guess that's better than nothing. Just make sure that your problem of you wearing that mask is less problem than you giving up that money. Without your mask, you're a walking deadly weapon right now while this virus is going around. Whether you like it or not, you're a walking deadly weapon. With your hand always on the trigger. Because you don't know if you got it or not. By the time you know you've been contaminated, you can't even count how many people you could have been contaminated by the time you're somewhere and can't hardly breathe. And some of you just might end up, some of us just only might have the sniffles. But it could be the virus that give it to somebody else that might have them on a ventilator. That's how this thing works. So you ain't even gonna get tested because you just got a little sinus stopped up. Because the coronavirus do everybody different. That's why it could travel so. That's why it's so devastating. It almost would be easy if somebody got it and bam, they on their knees. But that ain't how this one works. You could have it and be walking around looking fine. And pass it to other people that can't even get out of bed. So So it's a lot of reasons why you should wear your mask. There's a lot of reasons. I just want you to make sure that when you're weighing the reasons for not, make sure that the reasons for doing so ain't too expensive for you. Because I'm telling you right now, I believe that your cost of not wearing that mask is going to be way higher than the cost if you wore one. I've already told you how to breathe in it. Breathe out your nose. If you can't breathe in it, they got so many different types. You may end up needing one of the ones that don't collapse. I got one of those too that's made with the plastic. It's got the filter to go in, so when I breathe, it don't collapse. So those are, people don't realize that those are more easy to breathe. That's why they cost a little more. Some people see them and say, "Oh, why you wearing it like it's hard to breathe?" No, they don't collapse. So they real comfortable to breathe in. The problem with the mask is when the mask collapse, that's what make them so harder to breathe. But you can get some now that's even got the harder nose piece. And what that harder nose piece does, that keep it from collapsing too. You've seen some of them got a little metal piece that's real thick that's up there, or some of them even got the big, thick black piece that's up around the nose. Those are easy to breathe in too because they don't collapse. So think about investing in your another type mask instead of having not wearing one being the answer. That's just not the correct answer. You just may need a different type mask. So I hope somebody can say, well, Big Daddy said, well, I don't need to have not wearing one. If I'm having trouble, I need to shop around for a better mask. I don't even need to let that be a choice of not wearing one. If I'm out in public, risky business. And also, I see, just like my son, even got a mask that, I don't call the name. I got plenty of sons, so it ain't like I'm putting him on speed dialing up. But it brought it to my attention because I see he got one that say Black Lives Matter. Thumbs up. I'm all for Black Lives Matter. Don't get me wrong. But I also gave him another one, regular, because a lot of business in different places got their own policy, and we ain't got the power to change their policy. You don't need to be on the news fighting because they don't let you in with a certain mask on or this or that. We already know America is filled with a lot of different people. So I told him, I said, hey man, if you go somewhere and they don't want to let you in with your mask on, they say Black Lives Matter, just pull this one out, this blank, and put it on. Get what you need and go about your business. A lot of them do it because they don't want riots to start, or, they got all their different reasons. Some of them trying to do it in a positive way. But like I say, that's them and that's that. But I'm just saying, if it's their policy and you want to still go get what you got, because sometimes their policies don't just hover around you. Risky means how your backup mask with you. I'm quite sure that if someone had the other one, I'm not going to say KKKs, but quote unquote, they might try that too. I'm quite sure they won't let them in neither. Or it's I'm trying to think of some name without, trying not to blow nothing up, but I'm just saying that certain places just ain't going to let you advertise certain things. I put it like that. But we got to get where we can get comfortable with life and make this thing work. That's why I say I carry more than one type of mask with me, just in case I might go somewhere and they might say mine too thick or whatever. I don't care what they might say, but I got a backup with me. Well, I'm not here to fight. I'm here to try to get rid of this virus. I can fight with you later. Right now, we got to be in this together. So risky business, put it like this. If you got a mask with any writing on it, take your spare mask with you, a spare that don't have nothing on it. That way, if you have some trouble somewhere, you ain't got to sit there and fight the battle. You ain't got to sit there and try to change the world. Just might be their company policy. And sometimes the policy can be for a positive reason. It don't always have to be negative. So I said I'd come at you because I was seeing some things today that y'all gonna see later on about how these numbers gonna come up. And I said, I get back to this recovery later because I'm saying this coronavirus, we just feeding it too much. And I'm trying to help it miss a meal. But this 4th of July, that virus got a belly full. And it's gonna digest in about 2 more weeks. But I'm trying to tell you, we don't have to feed it like that. Like I say, when you out there at that beach and you ain't social distancing, when you at that gathering and y'all all gathered there together from different houses, don't live together, y'all all sitting in the bars, screaming over the music and not doing social distancing. We're feeding it too much. Takes about 2 weeks for it to digest after we feed it. Risky business. Y'all seen the last holiday what happened. 2 weeks later. This one's gonna be worse. Because we quote unquote tried to open up some more things, thinking that the social distancing, the mask wearing, I don't know who thought that. I ain't thinking. Not if it ain't the law. We Americans ain't gonna do it unless it's the law. But I'm not going to be surprised when I see the numbers because I've learned a little bit about this virus. I know how it works. I'm not going to be shocked when I see the numbers in 2 weeks. I already know what it's going to be about like because I seen what I seen on TV. I seen what I seen at the beaches that was open. I seen how my people was doing. My American people. I seen how you was doing. But this, we're going to reap what we sowed on. We're going to reap what we sow. No, it ain't everybody. You know the ones I'm talking about. The one that act like it's the end of the world if you don't have vacation. The one that act like it's the end of the world if you don't go on with regular life. Just remember, you trying to go on with regular life and regular situations when it ain't a regular time. That may be an ingredient that you ain't never mixed up before. Risky business. I don't know if anybody out there want to get back more regular than I do. But I also want to live through this thing. If I can. If I could do something to help myself. Anything we do don't guarantee we ain't going to get the virus. But that don't mean we can't be smart about it. Let go and let God. And you'll be able to do some of these things that you need to do. That you ain't used to doing. You ain't got to go every day. It won't kill you. Visit people less. Everything we do together to get these numbers down, the quicker we gonna get back to being able to quote unquote live the new normal. Some people wait. I don't know if everything ever gonna get back to what we used to know as our society. We don't know if a vaccine ever gonna come out. We don't know what this thing gonna do for the long haul. We don't know if we ever gonna get back to what we once known as a regular society. But we strong people. We will find a way to live the new way and enjoy just as good and maybe even better than the old way, because that's how we is. That's who we are as the people. May not seem like it at the beginning, but we'll get there. But we're going to have to vote. And I say that because I believe right now, if America vote, we're going to vote for change. We're going to vote for, even if we don't do that, people don't, oh, we don't go back to this. Right now, we need to go back to something. Right now, we need to go back. I don't care if we go back just like it was with Barack, George Bush. It a bad, you know, if I'm saying George Bush, it's got to be bad. Right now, we need to go back. Because right now, we worse than who we was. When we united, we are the strong. When we united, we are the people. Right now, we're not united. It's the reason why people take a knee during the national anthem. It's a reason why you see people burning flags. No, I don't approve of none of it. But I understand why they're doing it. I know why they're doing it. All of them ain't strong as me. There's been times in my life I might have would have been doing it. So I understand everybody ain't gonna be where I'm at. I understand why they're doing it. It ain't because they hate this land. Sometimes it could be because of who's running the land, if y'all feel me. It took thousands of people taken to the streets to find out why the former 49er Super Bowl quarterback took the knee and ain't thrown the football in the National Football League since. That's how they choked him out. They ain't took their knee off of his neck yet. Risky business. But now they realize why he was kneeling. It wasn't because he didn't love America. It was because he didn't love the way some of us are being treated in America. Y'all hear me? And he still got his knee on his neck. He can breathe wise on it, but he can't get up. They won't let him up. They won't let him play. They won't let him up. They trying to choke him out. But never have America took to the streets like we're doing now and not had change to come about. So I want to leave you with this hope right here. Change is on the way. I did the arithmetic for you. When we take to the streets at the people like we doing now, for LBG, for Black Lives Matter, for you just name it. Obama for health care. I ain't even gonna say Obamacare because we all know that ain't really the name that it's supposed to be anyway. They just want to say Obamacare so they can keep focus on trying to eliminate something he did. It's called the Affordable Care Act. Risky business. But they want to keep that Obamacare on it for the naysayers and the haters can still try to eliminate anything with his name on it. But it's the Affordable Care Act. You see what happened when they tried to take care, God rest his soul, John McCain, from over 10 million people. Now you want to try to take it away during a pandemic? That don't make sense. Do you know how many of your own people, quote unquote, since you like to separate us, that's on that also? Risky business. But it's the Affordable Care Act. But they're going to keep that Obama name on it because that reminds them that they want to try to eliminate anything, which they're going to realize you can't eliminate greatness. Greatness always going to show back up. Greatness always going to survive. Greatness always going to persevere. No matter what you do, greatness will always be remembered. So you heard it from the Big Daddy Den that no matter what you want to try to eliminate what Barack Obama did, I won't be here, but 100 years from now, they'll be still talking about it because you can't eliminate greatness. That's why I'm here on this show now. The Big Daddy did, because what I did is bad. Great. You can't eliminate the greatness that I did. LOL. Y'all feel me? So if you upset because Trump keep on eliminating this, what Barack did, that what Barack, relax. You can't get rid of greatness. He was great. If you don't believe me, you're going to try to be the first black thing in anything and let me know how hard it was and how tough you had to be and how smart you had to be to make it through it 2 terms. Y'all feel me? Back years ago when Desi Rowe used to say it first time, 2 times we're a heavyweight champion. So you think about it, Barack. 2-time president of the United States. So you can't eliminate greatness. So y'all go ahead on and keep trying to eliminate Obamacare. Keep trying to roll back this he did, roll back that he did. How well that go for you when you went up there in the auto land? I bet you they remember. Because he saved them. Him and Joe Biden. So y'all be relaxed. Barack, Michelle, they gonna be okay. Greatness is always gonna be there and remembered. So I'll tell you like this. I ain't gonna say how many shows I've done and how many shows I do. But I sure pray that each one of these shows I get off of, we get a little bit more help in fighting this coronavirus. Because I'm going to tell you, 360 million Americans plus, I know we'll probably never get all. But I'm going to tell you like this, if we can get 300 million, man, we can get this coronavirus starved to death. Right now, it ain't looking too good because it ain't looking too good. We got too many people. I don't know what they're thinking because I can't tell you what they're thinking because I don't know what can make me think that it's okay to just try to be normal. It ain't normal times. I wish I could tell you what they're thinking, but I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. When they're not social distancing, when they're not wearing masks, when they're gathering in big, large crowds. I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they're thinking the coronavirus is gone. I don't know. The president says, it's gone. He said it's 90. Did he say 90? I want to say he said 99% of the people don't even know they have it. Some people saying. But it wasn't true. Again, it wasn't true. So Risky Business, the Big Daddy Den show been running over a little bit because like I say, I was getting a lot of positive feedback. Because like I told you, risky business, there's a lot of people out there that got to be told more than one time. Sometimes about things they need to do that they really don't want to do that they should be doing. Just remember, Big Daddy ain't trying to make no enemy. And like if you tune into my shows, I don't think I had one show where I say, if you don't like what I'm saying and the risky business, let it go in this here, and as y'all know, got this here. Yeah. In and out. What you need, let it stay in. With that being said, get yourselves prepared. Because flu season will be coming in. All viruses during that season multiplies. This coronavirus is July. I guess they're not talking about hot weather no more, making it go away. I know y'all remember that. Oh, it'll be hot and it'll be gone. I haven't heard that in a while. If I'm not mistaken, the numbers may be rising faster. Quote unquote, if we would have did everything we supposed to have done, we may have would have been in that situation where the numbers would have been like unbelievable low. But over half of the country didn't do what we needed to do, so now the numbers are unbelievable high. If you feel me, know what I'm talking about. So let's everybody, I always like to end the show with something that whatever come to mind. So let's see what spit out. Let's everybody try this tomorrow. Everybody tell somebody that knows somebody about somebody that's doing the right thing. Y'all feel me? Tell somebody that knows somebody about somebody that's doing the right thing. Because they need to be recognized. If you're wearing a mask, you need to be patted on the back of your shoulder because you're saving lives. If you're wearing a mask, you need to be patted on the shoulder because you respect Papa, you respect Grandma, you respect your sister, you respect your brother, you respect yourself. So pat yourself on the back if you're wearing a mask today. Face covering. Staying home. Making that one less trip. Pat yourself. Because you're saving lives. Y'all feel good about yourself. Told you greatness will always be remembered. You're doing something great. Greatness will always be remembered. So with that being said, if you need a little bit more knowledge, if you need a little bit more energy, if you need a little bit push, if you need a little bit more help to take that next step in wearing the mask, then let go and let God. And you should be okay. Just remember, no matter where Big Daddy stay nor go, you, the people, will remain the stars of this show. Yeah, I'm gone. Later on, bye-bye.